So get yourself in a comfortable seat, and hopefully that is Pavlovian for welcoming yourself to your yoga practice, that you get that little, and you start taking those 3 deep breaths, breathing in through the nose and out through an open mouth, just to allow yourself to transition from whatever you were doing to coming to your yoga practice now. So you're here, you arrived. I'm so happy to be back with you. And what it represents is so much, you know, for my personal life in the span of 5 years, for 5 weeks, it felt like 5 years, with my mom coming back to her health as well. So I appreciate your support and allowing me the time to be with her to do that. Every single Wednesday was a doctor's appointment or a family meeting. So I just want to extend my gratitude to you for your understanding and then coming back to me today. So it's a wonderful celebration to be with you. My theme and intention I want to offer you today is one of connection, being connected. And this book was given to me by my family. My daughters put it all together, and people wrote me really nice little letters. It's got Queen Anne's lace on it, which is my favorite. It says Kathy's Book of Intentions, and people just wrote things that were just nice messages. And what I noticed about it was everything came back to connection. And somebody picked one of the quotes from the book because it's intended to be a book that I can share with you, my yoga students of different intentions. And this is a quote by Brene Brown. As you know, she's a social worker professor and has written several books. But she said, I define connection as the energy, which is interesting, that exists between people when they feel seen, heard, and valued, when they can give and receive without judgment, and when they derive sustenance and strength from the relationship. There is so much in that quote, so much in that quote. And the part about giving and receiving and being valued and heard. So that's not just speaking. If you're a connector, you're also a listener. There's just so much to do with, you know, with this. So I listened to what I recommend to you, this wonderful TED Talk by her, and it's called something about the art of vulnerability or something like that. And it's about connection. And she goes on to say that connection is why we're here. Neurobiologically, it's what we need to be able to thrive and survive as a human being. The underpinning of connection, we have to allow ourselves to be seen. All right, so obviously you can't connect if you're not out there, putting yourself out there, whether it's in Zoom or letters or phone calls or even face-to-face now, if you're able to do that. And the most important thing is we have to feel a sense of worthiness, that I am enough. And you know, that's one of our yoga mantras. I am Satnam, I am enough. And it's so interesting that all this pulls right back to yoga. She did 6 years of research on all kinds of people who sent in letters and journal entries and everything else about their feelings of vulnerability and connection. And she said there are basically 4 similar characteristics she found in people who were able to have that sense of worthiness. She has the other side too, but I want to focus on the positive, that sense of worthiness. And it comes from having courage. Encouraging is be able to tell the story of who you are. And I don't know if you've ever heard that song by Brandi Carlile. All of these lines across my face tell you the story of who I am. And it goes on about, you know, it's just a really cool song. So it's about the courage to be able to tell the story of who you are with complete wholeheartedness, with your whole heart. Compassion, and she says compassion for yourself first, because you have to fill the tank first, right, before you can offer compassion to others. And the other is connection, and that's as a result of being completely authentic yourself. And the last one, which is the hardest one, which she took a year of therapy to get to, is vulnerability, embracing vulnerability and not seeing it as a negative thing, but as something that actually makes you beautiful. The transparency of that ability to sit with hard news, that ability to be that caregiver gracefully. Oh, I got a long way to go there. That vulnerability and being able to not have an attachment to outcomes, very yogic, one of the Yoga Sutras, right? And the ability just to let go of controlling and predicting, right? So it's a really good TED Talk. Those are some of the highlights of it I wanted to share with you, and helps develop that sense of worthiness to be able to create a stronger connection, which then will encourage the ability to thrive and just grow and enhance and have beautiful relationships and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so my intention for you today, if you choose, is to just think about where you are in that trajectory of that sense of wholeheartedness, where you are in your own sense of feeling worthy, and what are some of the things you might be able to do to strengthen that whole sense of worthiness in the ability then to create more connection. All right, so that was a lot, sorry. Oh, come on. All right, well, it looks like Susan will be my big person today. Never know how that's going to work. Okay. So let's get started. So taking those deep breaths again, breathe in through the nose and out through an open mouth. Settle into your practice. If you're feeling like you're a little bit still out there in the other world, just look around, find 3 things that you can see, 3 things that you can feel, and 3 things that you can hear to bring you into that place of present moment. It's a wonderful, needy place to be for your yoga practice today. And when I think about connection in terms of a yoga asana practice, I think about being grounded, because we can't very well connect when we're floating around, right? We need to be grounded, feet on the earth, and just settling into our own sense of our skin, who we are, how we are. So take a moment to see who and how you brought yourself in today. As you invite the eyes to close, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose now. Take that tour of the inner landscape of your body to notice if there are any areas that are going to require a little extra loving kindness today. Not pushing through any pain, but just honoring that which is, how you brought yourself in today. And take a moment to really notice the feet connected to the earth, the sitting bones rooted into the chair. And with that beautiful sense of being grounded, invite a lift to the spine, a reach of the crown of the head, an opening of the heart. Sliding the elbows back just a bit to create that openness of the heart. And I always think of the heart as that place of vulnerability, that which makes us even more beautiful. Our ability to lean into discomfort, to come out of our comfort zone. That ability to breathe through challenging times, through awaited, potentially negative news. All that opens us up to vulnerability and takes away our ability to really connect. Take that breath a little bit deeper now if you can. So soften the belly. And as you breathe in, invite that diaphragm to lower, the belly to expand. And as you exhale, just to letting go of what you don't need, the stories you tell yourself, the stuff that doesn't enhance your ability to connect. Breathing in, the belly softens and rounds. Invite the side ribs to expand, front and back. And as you exhale, just to letting go. And that next breath in, the belly softens and rounds, the side ribs expand, and that chest broadens for that full 3-part Dirga Pranayama. That taproot into the soul, that beautiful breath, and then exhale, letting all that go. 2 or 3 more big 3-part breaths. And the breath is what helps us to lean into discomfort, helps us to give us the pause before the reaction, allows us to respond rather than react. We could spend a whole hour and a half just breathing. Bring the hands over your heart. palm over your heart. And just repeat the mantra, Sat Nam, or I am, and fill in the blank. I am enough. I am worthy. I am on a journey. Wherever you are today in this present moment, and it's okay, wherever you are is where you are. And just a gentle reminder that yoga offers us everything that we already need. We know it's already inside of us. It reminds us that we already have everything we need. So it's a matter of tapping into that strength. And then close the hands on top of each other, finger to finger, palm to palm. And let's just chant the sound of Om together as it unites us and connects us. So we'll do that 3 times. Exhale fully and then inhale. Bow your head to your heart, as the head should always bow to the heart. And lower your hands down to your thighs and gently blink your eyes open. And let's just get a little bit of movement in before we do some other things. So go ahead and start with your torso circles and take your awareness to your sit bones and feel the connectedness of the sit bones as they shift from side to side. That's our seated foundational component. Go the other direction. Notice here too, if you feel any issues with the spine, maybe with the shoulders as you take those elbows out to the side of it, pay attention to the sensations that you notice on the inside of the body. And then come back to your seated posture, seated mountain posture. And you have a little ball. You have a little ball, a little foot rubs ball or a little tennis ball. And as you know, our foundation is so important as we stand and try to find our best source of balance. And this magic tool of massaging the bottom of the foot to help open up the back body fascia, right? So you know the trick. If you were to turn your head side to side before you did your foot massage to see how far you can turn your head, but then do the foot massage, you would go so much further with your neck. Now, can you try to pick the toes up? I hope you don't have a big ball, but maybe you can try to pick it up with your toes, strengthen the bottom of your foot. Can you pick it up? And then bubbling springs, the kidney meridian, right between the second and third toe on the arch of the top arch of the foot. So if you can use your hand to massage it, or just press that part of your foot into the ball. And it may feel a little bit tender. They say that if it's tender, I'm not an acupuncturist or acupressurist, but what I've read is that say if it's tender, then you may have some energy blockages in that kidney meridian. So just press in that a little bit. And that's your bubbling springs. It helps just to kind of revitalize us, give us some energy. All right, then take it off, wiggle your toes. Just notice if you feel a difference in just the sense of feeling grounded and rooted on the floor. We don't often take time to pay attention to those little subtleties. And while it may feel like, okay, let's move on, let's get to some other yoga. This is yoga. This is the very heart of yoga, noticing the sensations that we feel in our body, right? Give it a good massage. And has your foot rubs ball been getting dusty, or have you been keeping it in a nice open space so you can use it while you're otherwise not doing anything all that magical? This makes it magical. All right, press in the kidney pressure point again, the bubbling springs between the second and third toe on the upper arch of the foot. Notice if you feel any tenderness there. A little positive energy flow into the body. And then see if you can't pick up the ball with your toes. Strengthen the arch of your foot. Susan, you're shaking your head. It's not lifting. Not today. Some days it does, some days it doesn't. Barbara Day was your sub, and I think she's the one that can lift, keep her big toe, her 3 toes down, and lift her big toe and her pinky toe. Mine just springs right back. I don't know how she does it, but it's always a journey, right? All right. And then pick up your ball, now that it's got your foot fungus all over it, and rub the pectoralis muscles where right under your collarbone, close to your shoulder. And this is going to create a little more heart opening for us as we release the fascia between those muscles. The big and little pectoralis muscles connect there. And sometimes there's tenderness there. And if there's tenderness there, Doug Keller will say, sometimes we have some tightness in our shoulder blades. All right. So this helps to release some of that. We need our shoulder. Oh, that one's really tender on that side. Ooh. You might even feel a little tingling going down your fingers. And you want to press it about a 25% pressure. Not digging in too hard because the fascia is pretty gentle, pretty delicate. Good. Shake those arms out. And then maybe a little wherever you might be having tightness or tension. If it's the knees or the hips or the hamstrings, rub the ball in the area that would feel good for you to help release some of that stickiness of the fascia. I see necks, I see thighs, hips, yeah. All right. Okay, now you can pick this up at any time during the practice where you feel like you need a little reboot of that. And then just take a moment to notice, take a moment to notice. If your body feels any more settled in, any more rooted, any more grounded. The pause and the noticing is as important as the practice. And we don't often spend enough time doing that. I'm a get her done kind of girl sometimes, right? We all are. All right, let's take shoulders up towards the ears, back down and around. Breathe in and out. Really connect that movement with the breath. Inhale and exhale. One more big breath in and exhale. Now spread your fingers wide like starfish. Lift your heart, roll the shoulders back, and try to reach the fingertips to the earth. So you're really stretching across the top of the shoulders. Fingers are wide. And we're going to take our shoulders up to the ears, but mindfully lower them down. Don't drop them down. And we're going to do that with a ha breath. So inhale, shoulders up towards the ears, and then mindfully lower them back down with a ha. That natural anti-anxiety. Inhale. And inhale. Stretch the fingers wide, curl the tips in like bear claws, and just like you're trying to scratch somebody's back, just up and down, get those joints going. Now straighten your fingers and lower the fingers down toward the heel of the hand if you can, trying to keep the fingers straight. They might not. And then make a big tight fist and stretch the fingers out again. Starfish, bear claw, wiggly bear claws, straight fingers out, lower the fingers to the heel of the hand, and then squinch them. One more time, starfish, wiggly bear claws, straight fingers out, lower them down to the heel of the hand, make a tight fist, keep the tight fist, and now stretch your arms out long. Tip your knuckles down toward the floor, feel the stretch across the top of the forearm. Have you been on the computer too much? It's really tight. Stretch the fingers wide, press out through the heel of the hand, extend the arms out long, stretch on the underside of the wrist. Now turn palms up, arms extended, and turn the right one down, the left one up, and then flip and flip, flip. Take it out to the side now. Keep flipping alternately, a little brain fitness. As you reach the arms out to the side, keep flipping, and then slowly bring the arms forward again. Right and left side, doing two different things. Good. And then shake those arms out. Let's work with our legs again. So we're going to start by just lifting the toes up, get a stretch in the back of the Achilles, the back of the ankles and the calf. Stretch, lift and spread your toes as best as possible. Make sure knees are stacked over ankles. And now lower the toes down, lift the heel, feel the calf muscle. Try not to get a little cramp in the calf. Yeah. Woo. And then lift those toes, lift those heels. Don't just go through the motion. Really try to engage the muscles. Strengthen. That's why asking about Judy, if she could dorsiflex and plantar flex. This is dorsiflex. All right. And when you have spine injury, sometimes you lose that. And this is plantar flex, lifting the heels. It's more of a floint, but close enough. You need this movement to be able to walk effectively. Also to keep those ankles supple as we begin to walk in the grass, on the beach, on uneven surfaces. All right. Now, make a little hammock with your hands and lift your right leg up. Make some big circles with your ankle. If you need to lean back in the chair, by all means do. If you don't have to, you'll get a little more core strength from that. Both ankles, or both directions. And then again, point and flex a little faster. Point and flex, that range of motion in the ankle. All right, now extend the leg long, press out through the heel of the foot. Either hold on or don't. Hold it there for just a moment. And then point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, and lower. Give that leg a little massage. Did you feel the quad wake up there a bit? All right, yeah, I did too. Lift the leg up, make some circles with that ankle, and go the other direction. Point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. If you walk barefoot on the beach, good work for the feet. Good. All right, now extend the leg long, flex out through the heel of the foot, lift and spread your toes. See if you can let go, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Feel the quad waking up, starting to wake up a little bit, and release. Okay, now if that has any discomfort in your lower back, either put a block behind it to support your lower spine or lean back in the chair with a nice straight spine. We're going to lift and extend our legs a few times. So hopefully your hips are a little bit higher than your knees, so you're not going to crunch your hip flexors, all right? So if you need to bump up your pillow a little bit so you're sitting a little bit higher, do that, because I don't want you to get a cramp in your hip flexor. All right. Susan gets settled here. All right, so holding on or not, you decide. We're going to lift the chest in the direction of the knee, leaning back or sitting up straight. And we're going to do it 4 times. Extend and lift the knee into the chest. Extend, lift the knee into the chest. Keep the core tight. One more time, extend and knee into the chest. Other side. Left leg into the chest. We're keeping the foot flexed, pressing out through the heel of the foot. If this is too much, you can always tap the foot forward. You don't have to lift it. Good. All right. Feet together, knees apart. And then take your feet out nice and wide as you can get them, and still keep your spine long. I want to stretch the inner thighs just a bit. Now, if knees are stacked over ankles, hands press into the thighs to lengthen the spine. Draw the belly in and hinge forward just a bit until you feel a sensation in the inner thighs. We're going to work the inner and outer thighs today. Lift back up, breathe in. Exhale, hinge forward. Good. Keep that heart lifted. And lift up 2 more times. Hinge forward. You feel that stretch in the inner thigh? This is not a stretch you're going to get if you don't mindfully do it. And then 1 more time, hinge forward. Should be no discomfort in the lower back. If there is, don't go down so far. And then lift back up. Heel toe, walk your feet back to neutral. And get your pelvis nice and level. So your pelvis is a bowl. Remember, it means basin. And then just tip your basin back, do a little posterior pelvic tilt. So round your lower back. And then press your pelvis forward. So spill the soup forward. And you're getting a little arch in the lower back. Notice how you feel in the lower back. If you're having discomfort in the lower back, don't tip so far forward or back. So this is a pelvic tilting, right? We do this on our backs all the time. pelvic tilting, but you can do it sitting too. And guess what else this is? This is part of the motion of cat-cow. So let's turn that into cat-cow. So hands on the thighs, take the hands over the knees, round the back body. So you're flattening out your lumbar spine. Remember, that's like pressing on 6 o'clock if you were lying down. And lengthen your spine tall again, get neutral. Slide your heel of your hand towards your hips and lift the heart. And rather than crunching the lower spine, you're tilting your pelvic bowl forward, but rather than crunching the lower spine, can you lift from your heart, that vulnerable place? Elbows slide back, shoulders draw together, shoulder blades draw together. Eye gaze goes no higher than the seam of the ceiling and the wall. You don't want to cut off your blood supply to your brain, so keep the head and neck in alignment. Now let's do this with the breath. All right, so when you're ready, come to neutral. Inhale and then exhale, round the back body into cat. Really stretch those shoulder blades across the side ribs. Inhale, elbows slide back, hands slide back, elbows press back, shoulder blades draw together. Heart lifts, no crunch of the lower spine. 3 more, exhale, round. In your own breath, in your own rhythm, inhale, lift, do a few more of these, paying super close attention to the back body. This is one we should be doing every single day without fail. Last one. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, lift that heart. And then come back to your neutral spine. What is speaking to you? What is your body saying right now? All right, take that left hand down by your side, reach your right arm up to goalpost, turn your palm facing your ear. Roll that shoulder back to kind of plug that head of the arm bone in and tip over towards the left side. Keep your right hand where it is or reach it up overhead. Feel that stretch across the whole side body, and maybe the upper arm comes in line with the ear. So you can stay at goalpost, reach the arm up high, or tip over toward the side. Now, what happened to your right sitting bone? Press it back down, keep the pelvic bowl level, bring the stretch between hip and rib up the side body. Now we're going to lift and lower 4 times. So inhale, lift, exhale, lower, crescent, with your own breath, like a willow tree. Just keep it flowy. Think about that summer breeze and the willow tree is by the lake and it's just so gracefully blowing in the wind. Last one. Now reach both arms up overhead. Gaze between the hands without kinking off your neck. Reach a little bit taller, find length in your spine. So this is one of the spinal movements, length. And then lower the right hand down. Root down through that left side, so feel connected. Press that left foot firmly into the earth and then crescent over to the side. Pause here for a moment. Notice if the hip bone, if the sitting bone and the foot are connected or has it lifted up. You can be at goalpost, arm up overhead, or arm in line with the ear. You decide. Now we're going to be that willow tree 4 more times. So with your own breath, inhale, lift, and lower. Good. You watched all the blossoming cherry trees and crabapple trees. And I was sitting with my mom at lunch and it looked like it was snowing. There were so many petals blowing around. Last one. That's a memory I locked in. Inhale the arms up overhead again. Look between. If your shoulders aren't having it, come to goalpost, lift up through the heart. Good. And then come back to neutral. Take a moment to notice. Side ribs really got opened up. Crisscross your hands over top, touch each shoulder, lift the elbows up, draw the belly in and up. Lengthen first. All right. Get your core. Maybe the queen's cough, just tighten that abdominal muscles to the spine and then gently twist to the left. Keep the head and the chin in line with the crisscross of your wrists. And then use your core to come back to center, not the arms. Lengthen and draw the belly in and then twist to the other direction. Keep the head and neck in alignment with the center of those wrists. Back to center again, inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Every time you are in the car and you need to get your seatbelt on, there's a little twist going on there. So let's imagine we are taking that left hand, right hand, reach up overhead diagonally, reach, and then twist, and imagine you're trying to put something back behind you, like if you were putting a seatbelt in, but reach your arm back behind you, twist and look at your fingers back behind you to the right. So we're going to do that 3 more times. So twist to the left, reach the right arm up overhead diagonally, and then sweep that arm back behind you as if you're putting on a really gigantic seatbelt. 2 more. Inhale, reach and lengthen diagonally. Exhale, put on that seatbelt. And last time, inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, gentle twist to the right. Arm reaches back behind you and then back to center. Let's do the other side. Left arm reaches diagonally in front of you. Lengthen. Oh, it's way up there. It's a 1/2 inch further. Get that stretch across that back body. And then draw that seatbelt diagonally across you and plug it in way back behind you. Inhale, reach further than you think you should. If you can, if it doesn't hurt, nothing should hurt. And then diagonally across the body. 2 more. Inhale, stretch, reach and lengthen, and exhale. Good. And last one. Inhale and exhale. Good. And back to center. Good twisting today. All right. When you come to goalpost again, roll the shoulders back and press the backs of the hands back behind you. So I want you to feel the shoulder blades leaning into a kiss toward each other. Are you able to get the elbows in line with the shoulders at all? If not, don't force it, but just but if your shoulders came up towards your ears, I want you to lower your elbows back down so your shoulders are soft. Good, beautiful. Now bring fingertips together, heel of the hand, and maybe the forearms touch. Maybe the forearms touch. Now press everything toward the midline. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Lower the chin in the direction of the chest, but don't scrunch it. Don't break the golden egg under your chin. Feel the shoulder blades spread across your back. We're going to do that 2 more times. All right, so open the elbows out to your level of comfort for the shoulder. So lift the heart, press the hands back, shoulder blades draw together as much as possible. And then fingertips, heel of the hand, forearms, chin in the direction of the chest. Squeeze toward the midline. 1 more time. Inhale, open. And exhales. Fingertips, heel, elbows press, chin lowers. And then neutralize your spine. Open the arms out to the side. Roll your shoulders out. All right. Shake it out. Could you find your block, please, and your strap? All righty. So lasso your foot. And your block's going to be a little bit on the closer side because we want the heel of the foot to be on at the end of the block closest to you with your knee at about a 45-degree angle. Because what we're going to do is hinge forward with it bent and then straighten it. Okay. So the heel of the foot is on the edge of the block that's closest to you. Your knee is at a 45-degree bent angle and the strap is around the ball of the foot, not the arch. Pressure points, right? All right, lengthen the spine and hinge forward just a little bit, just a little bit. All right, and now press the heel into the floor and you're gonna make a rut or a gouge. So press the heel forward as you using the strap to draw the toes towards the nose. Press the heel, push the heel forward as the toes draw toward the nose. And the leg straightens and the stretch happens, right? This is what we call stretch happens. The foot is still connected to the block. We're just sliding it along the block and then lift back up. Why are we doing it that way? We're doing it that way so that we're already hinged forward and we can slowly take our time bringing length to the hamstring. All right, so it's just a different way of a hamstring stretch. Instead of having it already straight and leaning forward and rounding your back to get to it, we're keeping the spine long and tall, hinging forward to make sure the spine stays long, and then slowly sliding the heel forward along the block, straightening the leg to your level of comfort. All right, don't force it. If it doesn't go all the way straight, that's okay. And then using the strap to help draw the toes toward the nose. All right, so it's just a really deep, deep stretch. But you don't want to get there all at once. It's a process. All right, lift back up again, bend your knee, heel on the tip of the block, lengthen, hinge, start to slide the heel forward, connected to the block. And then the strap helps us hold our toes towards the nose and helps you keep that nice straight back. All right, now press the heel into the block, press the thigh bone down. So energetically strengthen your calf, tighten your quad muscle as you press that thigh bone down. So again, another big stretch, allowing that 20 to 30 seconds of a stretch. The brain recognizes what we're trying to do. Whew, and lift back up. All right. Can you push it over to the other side? And let's move to the other leg. So the knee is bent, strap is around the ball of the left foot. The spine is long. Now, hopefully you didn't have any sacroiliac issues there, where one side of your back hurt more than the other. If you did, then you want to back off that because your sacroiliac joint's really unstable. And this is an asymmetrical pose, right? Okay, so lengthen, hinge forward, slide your heel down to the end of the block. Slowly take your time with this. Let your leg notice what's happening. Woo. Guess I haven't done these in a while. Oh, one more breath. Grandkids will do that to you, right? They're great. Lift back up, bend the knee, take a breath, re-nourish the tissues of the leg. Lengthen, hinge forward, push the heel down and forward, toes toward the nose, lengthening and strengthening that leg. So really, once it's extended as far as you want to take it, where the heel is still connected to the block, press the heel into the block, press the thigh bone down, feel the quad muscle really tighten up. If you get that quad tight, you'll get a little more release in the hamstring. All right. We should sing a song here. Good. And then lift back up. All right. Let's just do a little figure 4. So bring the block to the inside edge of your right foot. Knees are at a 90-degree angle. But take it out just a little bit to give yourself some space. So walk your right foot forward a little bit just to give yourself some more space. All right, lift up the left knee, externally rotate it. So you're going to, from the top of the thigh bone, externally rotate it so that the pinky toe side of the foot can rest on the block. Hands on the thighs. Use your first breath to release the knee down toward the earth. And that may be just enough for you. If you're looking for more sensation, both hands on the thighs as you lengthen, and then with that nice straight spine, hinge forward again. Feel that opening in the outer left hip. Any discomfort in the knee, give yourself more space. So take your leg out. You can lower the block even. Take your leg out a little bit further. Don't have it at such a bend, and then you'll still get that opening in the hip. So honor those knees, okay? All right, lift back up. How did that feel? Was that enough sensation? If you're looking for more sensation, as long as you don't round your spine, you could either lift the height of your block or bring the knee up to the ankle up to the knee. But if you're back rounded and your pelvic tucked into that posterior pelvic tilt, don't do that. You're not going to gain anything from that. So just stay where you were. Lengthen and hinge forward. Good. And then lift back up. And let's go to the other side. Okay. So externally rotate the leg. If this knee is persnickety, give yourself more space. Lengthen and hinge forward. Notice if one side's tighter than the other. Lift back up, breathe in, and exhale, hinge forward again. Nice. Lift back up, remove the block. And now we're going to do shake it out, sit, stand 10 times, okay? So feet are behind the knees. Lots of ways to do it. Whatever distance is comfortable for your knees, hands on the thighs, lengthen the spine, hinge forward, nose over toes. Recruit the muscle it's going to take. So just lift enough to slide a piece of paper under your bottom. Notice if everything's okay to move forward. And if it is, press the hands into the thighs, come to standing. If you choose, don't have to stand, just do the as if. Shift the weight now to the heels of the feet. Start to bend the knees, send the sitting bones back. Sit down gently with control without a plop. Continue doing it that way. You could also press your hands into the chair or cross your hands over your chest. Hinge forward, draw the belly in, nose over toes, push the feet into the floor and come to standing. Shift the weight to the heels of the feet, send the sitting bones back. Continue with that, or if you want, you can swoop yourself up. Shift the weight, send the sitting bones back. You may want to reach the arms out to the side. You may want to reach them forward. Stick to what works for you. I'm just trying to give you lots of ideas. Maybe the arms are up overhead. Maybe your feet are super wide. And maybe your feet are at different places. One's behind. All right, whatever is safest and most functional for you. I lost track, so just do 2 more while I move the video. Nice. Okay, once you're there, let us bring the chair at the back of the chair to the edge of the mat. All right. Make sure at least 2 of the legs are on the mat. Find your block. Place it between the thighs so we can really get a good foundation for Tadasana. All right. The feet are a distance apart that feels good on your knees. The block is in the fatty part of the thighs. Go ahead and squeeze that and feel the chain reaction from the thighs to the lower pelvic floor, to the pelvic floor, the lower belly, and up to the core. So feel the core strengthen. Roll the shoulders up and back, and then reach the arms up overhead. Big breath in. And turn the palms away, exhale. Keep the shoulders soft. If it feels better to reach your arms forward, if that helps you not to bring the shoulders up towards your ears, do that. Inhale. Good, that looks great, Susan. That looks better. 2 more, inhale. And exhale, wherever you are, could just be goalposts, that works too. And lower back down. Good. All right, put the block on the chair. Turn and face your chair, please. Come to your mountain pose again. So drawing that belly in and up, holding onto the back of the chair. We're going to come to L pose. So step the feet back, bend the knees a lot. Get the arms as separated as feels comfortable and confident for you. And then if it works to bring your head between the upper arms, do so, but not as a trade-off for rounding your back. So go to wherever you find that level of flexibility. L pose, draw the belly, the front body to the back body. Feel a nice stretch in the arms. We did a lot of shoulder blade movement today. And then slowly walk the feet forward again. Inhale the arms overhead, palms together, lower the hands down to the heart. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to the back of the chair and step the feet back into L pose. Knees are bent, Head goes in the direction of the upper arms, but might not get there. Spine is long and tall. Beautiful. Hold for the inhale, hold for the exhale, and then slowly walk the feet forward. Inhale the arms either just in front of you overhead or out to the side, and then lower the hands back down to the heart. Hands come down onto the back of the chair, come to your happy position mountain pose, draw that belly in and up, and then hinge forward from the hip, coming to half forward fold. Bend the knees if you need to keep the spine long. Inhale, come halfway up from wherever you are. And as you exhale, deepen your fold. Take your awareness to the tops of your thigh bones. Press the tops of the thigh bones back. Maybe the knees will straighten a little bit more, maybe not, but feel that stretch in your hamstrings. So take advantage of our hamstring stretch that we already did today. Hold it for the inhale. Hold it for the exhale. Next breath in, press all the way back up. Nice. All right, we're going to keep our feet facing forward and just step the right foot back, hip width distance apart with all 10 toes facing forward. The left foot is going to walk under the chair. The right foot is going to stay on railroad tracks, all 10 toes facing forward. All right, legs are straight. I can see you better if I do this. Lengthen the spine, draw the belly in. We're going to go to pyramid pose. So hinge from the hip crease, keep the back long, and hinge forward over the back of that chair. Big stretch in that front hamstring, but can you distribute the weight evenly on both foundational feet? We're going to lift halfway up. Inhale, and then exhale, hinge forward one more time. This nice pyramid pose. Beautiful. Very nice. Ooh, that's a big stretch in that front hamstring, right? Lift back up and step the right foot under the chair and the left foot back, or whatever is opposite for you. It's not a super wide stance, but it is a super long stance, but it is a fairly wide stance. Lengthen, belly draws in, send the sitting bones back, keep the spine long, hinge forward. Knees are as straight as comfortable for you without being locked. Beautiful. Linda, I got a great view of your legs. They look perfect. Lift back up and exhale, hinge forward again. So it sounds like there's going to be an opportunity to go hybrid in July, where I'll be able to get my hands on you and then step the back foot forward, shake the hips out. Make some big circles with your hips, get the knees, the ankles, everything gets to play in this party. Big circles. And then go the other direction. All right. And now that we've warmed up these legs a little bit more, let's do some lunge with crescent, okay? So we're gonna start with the right foot, wait, what do we have? The left foot forward, step the right foot back into lunge. Now, if your foot is having a hard time today, you can either be wearing shoes or lower your foot down to warrior one legs, all right? So if you have arthritis in your toes, it doesn't feel good. Take a bend to the front knee stacks over the ankle on that right leg. Can you isometrically press your front shin forward and feel the hamstring fire up? Can you squeeze the back right glute and lift the back thigh bone up a little bit? Keep everything active and then isometrically scissors the legs away from each other. Super strong legs. Holding lightly onto the chair, reach your right arm forward or all the way up, or come to goal post, whatever your shoulder is allowing. And then crescent over towards that left side. Huge stretch in this psoas muscle where the leg connects to the trunk. So you should be reaching from that place, all right? Keeping the foundation evenly distributed on your feet. You're gonna lift and lower 2 more times. So inhale, lengthen, fingers toward the sky. Exhale, crescent. 1 more time, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, crescent. Good. Lift back up, lower the arm down, and send the back foot forward. Shake the feet out, and we'll go to the other side. Left foot's under the chair, right foot steps back. Toes are having a trouble, you adjust to what is working for your foot. I have arthritis in that foot, so I'm putting my heel down. Toes stacked over ankle. Isometrically scissors the legs away from each other. You should feel the front hamstring fire up. Squeeze the back glute. Strong and stable here. This is a powerful pose. Reach your left arm to wherever is comfortable for you and crescent over towards the right side. Get that stretch from hip to rib. Feel the psoas, where that hip flexor region. Lift and lower 2 more times. So inhale, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, crescent right. 1 more time, inhale and exhale. Good. Come back up to neutral. Lower the hands, step the back foot forward. Shake it out. Nice. Okay, well, let's work those. We stretched our inner thigh, so let's take advantage of that. Take your feet as wide as the mat. We're going to do goddess legs here. So if you need to have something to hold on to, your chair is right there. So the feet are at least as wide as the mat at a 45-degree angle out. We're going to start with the feet and track the knees over the feet. Just make sure that you're using your inner thigh muscles to open those knees out so that the kneecap is over top of the middle of the foot. Take a peek down and see if that's true for you. And then straighten the knees, lift back up. Now we're going to get a twofer with this goddess pose. We're going to use our work our Kegel, our pelvic floor muscles while we're doing these goddess squats. Okay, so we're going to inhale, practice the squat first. Inhale and release the pelvic floor. So if you are trying to pass urine or gas, let that flower blossom. And as you exhale, squeeze everything in and up. Squeeze your glutes as well. Inhale, blossoming out. And inhale, exhale, right? I always get this backwards. Inhale, exhale as you squeeze it all in. Inhale, release and bend. Exhale, squeeze. One more time. Inhale, release. And exhale, straighten the knees. Good. Those are from Marcia Holm, who is a pelvic floor teacher, and it's Beyond Kegels. Now bring the arms up to goalpost as is comfortable for you. Roll the shoulders back, draw the shoulder blades together, and turn the palms facing out. Strong goddess arms. Stay here, or if you'd like to do the squats, your next inhalation, you're going to bend down and release the pelvic floor as well. And as you exhale, reach the arms up overhead or keep them at goddess and squeeze the glutes, squeeze the pelvic floor. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze and lift. 2 more. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze. We want to be able to giggle and laugh without things happening, right? And squeeze. Good. Lower the arms down and heel toe walk the feet together. Shake it out. Okay. Everybody good? Did you miss me? Take your feet nice and wide. I'm going to get a couple warrior poses down here. Now, if you feel balanced, bring your hands to the hips or hold on to the chair, your choice. Roll the shoulders back, engage the back body. Starting with the left leg, turn those left toes under the foot. Turn the left toes facing forward and take a gentle bend to that front knee. Knee stacking over the ankle. Now, if it works for your knees, gently turn your collarbones facing forward and stretch the arms out to the side. Use those inner thigh muscles we've been working to open up so that knee tracks over the front of the foot. Eye gaze over those left fingertips. Good, warrior here. Don't reach into the future or play in the past. Stay right here in the middle in present moment. Now turn the palms up, straighten the knee, reach the arms up overhead and gaze between the hands. Inhale here, exhale, sink back into warrior. 2 more of those, dancing warrior. Inhale, arms lift, knee straightens, eye gaze looks up. Exhale, warrior 2. Last one, inhale. Keep the legs straight now and bring the hands to the hips. Turn the torso toward the front extended left leg. Hinge forward a quarter fold. Slide your left hand down onto your left thigh. And then roll your right shoulder and elbow back as you twist open to the front for triangle pose. Keep your left hand where it is or bring the back of the hand to the inside edge of that left knee. And keep your right elbow pressing back, or slide your thumb up your side body and reach the arm up overhead. Lots of choices. Pick which one works for you today. Good. One more breath. And then lower your hand down to your hip if it was lifted. Take a gentle bend to that front left knee and press your hand into your thigh to lift back up. Turn your toes facing forward and heel toe walk your feet back to neutral. Shake everything out. So the air conditioning in this room is really loud. So it's kind of a hot yoga situation in here. If you see me dripping, you'll know why. All right, hands to the, take a nice wide stance. Lengthen your tailbone toward the heels, toward the floor. Now we're gonna take that right foot, turn the toes facing forward. I'm gonna start by taking a bend to the front knee. So make sure the knee is stacked over the ankle, your inner thigh is all set. And then if the knees are happy, gently twist towards the front of the room, the long front edge, sweep the arms out to the side, plug the head of the arm bone into your shoulder, look over your left fingertips, warrior two. Can you isometrically scissors your legs now toward each other? See how that feels in your body. Let's dance with this warrior now. Straighten the front knee, gaze between the hands, a little balance challenge here. Lengthen and then exhale back to warrior two. And this time reach the arms up overhead, gaze between the hands, keep the legs straight, lower the hands to the hips, turn the torso toward the front right leg, hinge forward a quarter fold, slide your right hand down your right thigh, left elbow rolls back, turn the heart toward the front of the room, stay right here, or with that right hand, bring the back of the hand to the inside edge of the knee, and maybe with those left fingers, slide the thumb up the side body, reach overhead. All right, for triangle pose. One more breath. Nice. Beautiful. Lower your hand down, soften your knee, hand on the thigh, press back up, heel toe walk your feet back together. Shake it out. So nice. We're just going to do one or two balance and then we'll be on our back. Everybody okay? Or are you getting tired? You good? Got some good. Okay, just a couple balance. So you should have your chair, all four legs on the mat if preferable. And we're going to just start with some heel lifts, okay? So come to your best foundational Tadasana. Lift and spread those toes, get the feet rooted and connected. Tailbone lengthens toward the floor. Belly draws in, right? So three things of balance: foundation, core, drishti. All right, and then when you're ready, lift the heels slowly and lower the heels. Your options are to hold on or to reach the arms forward. Reach one arm forward, both arms forward, just lift. Full focus, full concentration. Letting go of the stories. Connecting with the beautiful breath. Next one, can you hold it up for 2 breaths? Strengthening those feet and calves. And lower. Good. Now we're going to shift our weight over to the side closest to your balance prop and lift the opposite knee up. Extend, bend, and lower. So you're either going to reach the arms forward, do a little fun thing with your arms, you get to pick, or hold on. Maybe the arms come forward as the knee lifts, arms reach overhead as the leg extends, or do it with one, same arm, same leg, holding on with the other side. If that's too much, you can always tap. Just change your balance there. One more. Good. All right, you can either turn around or move your chair for the other side. All right, shift your weight to your balance prop. Draw the belly in, get your drishti set, feel the foundation of the standing leg. And then you choose if you're going to hold on or let go. Lift the knee, extend the leg, bring the knee back up, and lower the arm down. So playing with your arms is totally optional. Tapping the foot is still changing the direction of your body, and will teach your body some nice balance moves. Good, last one. Good. And lower, shake it out. Okay, good job. We got a few minutes. We got a couple of minutes to do some nice stretches on our back. So this was a little more of a seated standing class. Next time I'll owe you a longer supine class, okay? Oh. So where does your body take a sigh when you lie down on your back in constructive rest? The whole thing goes, ah. Whew. I am sweating. Yoga, not for sissies. All right, just take your, when you're in constructive rest and you had a moment to just notice where your body went, just rock your knees side to side. Everybody get situated. Good, and then come to stillness and bring one or both knees into your chest as you draw the knees in toward your chest. Good. Extend one leg up toward the sky. We've done a lot of nice hamstring stretches today, so maybe this is welcoming to you. And then the other. If you'd rather have one foot on the floor all the time, that's completely perfect. So coming from constructive rest and lifting one leg at a time. All right, now we're going to do a little core strengthener called dead bug. So this is all core strengthening, lifting your left leg, right arm to the sky, and then switching, opposite arm leg movement. Now your options here are to stay exactly like this, taking your time, or lift both feet off the floor into reverse tabletop. So your knees are stacked over your ankles and you're lifting opposite arm leg toward the sky, or taking that arm all the way up overhead. Now you can stay right here if this feels good for you, or you can extend your leg down toward the floor and do opposite arm leg extension overhead. So keeping the feet on the floor and lifting arm and leg is a really good place to be too. The feet on the floor up to reverse tabletop, or extending the arm and leg to the short ends of the mat. A couple more, nice and slow, nice and easy, no rush. Good, 2 more. You're gonna feel this one tomorrow. Beautiful, guys. Okay, go ahead and lower the feet down. Give yourself a hug to release that belly. Yeah, very nice. Okay. All right, let's do a nice stretch of the body. So extend the arms and legs out to whatever works for your back. So if you need to keep your knees bent, keep your knees as bent as you need to. Arms can go out to the side or up overhead. Reach fingers long, reach heels long, and then make some circles with your ankles and wrists. Good. And then do take the arms out to the side, bend your knees, take them as wide as the mat, and then again, start to rock them to the right and the left a bit with the feet connected to the earth. Feet are connected to the earth, just feet as wide as the mat, rocking the knees side to side. Arms are out at a T. And then when you find your knees over towards the right side, just leave them there and let them rest on the right side. And look over your left shoulder. This is a segmented twist. If you need any support with blocks or bolsters or blankets under your legs, everything should always be within hand distance, right? Just grab it so you can support whatever needs supporting. Find your beautiful breath, that calming breath. Feel the expansion of the lungs on that left side. Here we're exposing our belly, all the stuff we have to digest, the food, the information we get, the emotions. So just take a nice breath in, open mouth. 2 more of those. Another breath in. Good. And then lift the top leg followed by the bottom leg. Rock side to side again. Nice wide distance of the feet connected to the floor, knees bent. And then when you're ready to take those knees over to the left, gently drop them to the left. Look over your right shoulder. Notice the expansion of the ribs on the right side. Our liver is on this side. Couple breaths in here. In through the nose, out through an open mouth. And then lift the top knee followed by the bottom knee. Draw those knees into the chest one more time for a little squeeze to realign that spine. And then if there's any stretch that hasn't been done that would feel good for you, go ahead and do that now in the next 5 or 6 breaths. And then settle into your version of Shavasana, whatever that might be. Your own prana response, your own energy. Once I see things settled, I'm going to read you a Donna Faulds poem that you might enjoy thinking about while you're in Shavasana, or just let it go. And you know you're called a Sangha. Your group is called a Sangha, a community. So she has a poem called Sangha. Teach me what I cannot learn alone. Let us share what we know and what we cannot fathom. Speak to me of mysteries and let us never lie to one another. May our fierce and tender longing fuel the fire of our souls. When we stand side by side, let us dare to focus our desire on the truth. May we be reminders for each other that the path of transformation passes through the flames. To take one step is courageous. To stay on the path day after day, choosing the unknown and facing yet another fear, that is nothing short of grace. Donna Faulds. You get to come back into this space with first your breath and enjoy a long breath in and a longer yet breath out. Start to awaken to your physical body with wiggling fingers, toes. Turn your head side to side. Do whatever it takes to get you ready to enter back into your everyday. If you need a longer Shavasana, please feel free to stay in Shavasana for as long as you like. Move on to your favorite side for just a minute, pausing to notice. Notice any transformation, notice any openness to vulnerability, courage, compassion, connection. Then press your hands into the earth. Use that to help you come to a comfortable seat. Bring your hands to your heart. We'll send each other off with the sound of Om, knowing that we're always there for each other. Our energies, as Stanislav says, may we reminders for each other that the path of transformation passes through the flames. Teach me what I cannot learn alone. Let us share what we know and what we cannot fathom. Let us never lie to one another. A full breath in, breath out. Next breath in, join me in Om.